Adam. Adam.
I'm scared what to tell my kids, y'all. We live in a system that's designed for us to fail, and I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to tell them. When they get older, they're gonna face a system that tells them there is no you. There is only who I want you to be. From your latest cell phones to the style seen in your most recent videos to my implementation of what you call swag. If you can't brag about how many women you have or the $200 denim on your butt, you are worthless. Your purse is not hot if it is a fall edition and we are in the winter. And as long as your kids have Jordans on their feet, it is okay if they have to eat top ramen for a week for dinner. Your check is in the mail. You fail at becoming grown men, so you don't bother with your younger ones. Give them to me. I'll program them to Viacom. Have them growing up with a single mom and extensive rap sheets and ADD with no off switch, and download a defense that is nothing but false self-confidence shown through them being overly aggressive. Your misguided women want nothing but diamonds and Fendi, or dreams of finding a professional athlete to pay for their lives, because to them being a wife is not a lifestyle, it is trendy. Trendy to have like a little black dog carried around in a bag. The deconstruction of your black woman and man are going according to plan. Flip the coin, and for those who have chose not to go down that road, make sure that any statement they make that may challenge their masculinity are followed by statements of insecurity. We can't have them thinking for themselves. Program dreams to be a mirage. Close enough to see, yet too far to reach. Aesthetics too pathetic, AKA camouflage. Allow them to blend in. Keyword, trend. Downtown corners full of rappers who refuse to give up even though their stuff sucks, but will allow them to say their piece. At the very least, it'll make them a quick buck. Any more success initiate operation exploitation. Throw them a bit more cash. I am the system. Programmed to initiate commands. You Negroes, you people, are programmed not to ask. Empty vessels who have sold their souls a long time ago, and you call me robotic. I am the system. Systematically set to just do. You are systematically set to just do and not think, and you call me robotic. Error, redundancy, error, repeat, error, redundancy, error, repeat. Pardon me. I was scanning your culture's current popular music. You want a cop to pay for killing one of you, but carry a no snitching policy in your own community, which allows you Negroes, you people to have absolutely no accountability. Irony overload, reset. I am the system, systematically set to desensitize your senses, since senseless activity surrounds your society, simultaneously making you love me while shaking in your boots. And for those who dare to overthrow me, allow me to remind thee, 'tis I who provides you with the land and seeds you use to grow your little grassroots. I am the system.
Peace, family. Peace, family. I just want y'all to welcome back to Sankofa 180 degrees. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? We back, y'all. Anyway, I just wanted to let y'all, that was a brother. The brother name is Prentice Powell. Y'all can pull him up and watch him. He's really, really deep. Check him out, y'all. The man is he just put out a cold message right there, man. Um, peace, unmute yourself, King. You muted. You gotta unmute yourself.
What's up, King?
Peace.
Hey, I was looking for this one I saved, man. It was the coldest piece I was going to show, man, and I can't find it. But anyways, what's up, fam? Welcome to Sankofa 180 degrees. And I was looking at the our webpage, our group page, and we locked and loaded on that page, man. We could stop right there and just go on, boy. But we ain't gonna stop. We ain't gonna stop adding stuff, and we encourage people to add some good links on there too. So welcome to the Sunday group of that we do on Zoom. My Prince is supposed to be here. I don't know what happened to him, but we locked and loaded anyways. If he comes back on, we just let him plug in and do his presentation. All right.
Peace. Yeah, man. I don't know what happened to the brother, man.
So I'm gonna see if I can find this one really quick, man. But put it on Sankofa.
Yeah, man. So anyway, family, listen, man. Don't worry. Don't forget. First Sunday every month, we got the children's book read coming up. You can win a free book, man. All you gotta do is participate, man. It's really, really good books. We do every first Sunday. We have a child, read a book, Black African or book that's dealing with Africa and the kings and queens and different people that really existed, real times, real events. You know what I mean? And just keeping the history live, man, because as you can see, the United States is working real hard to take the history out of the classes, out of the classrooms, man. So it's up to us to keep it going, man. So we do a book read, man, every first Sunday every month for the children. Really good books, man. All we ask is that just participate, put your name in the chat, and at the end of the book read, we do a drawing, and whoever wins, man, get a free book mailed to your house, man, free of charge, man. Don't cost you nothing, right? Hey, Unc, you want to talk about it, man? Or is you still? Yeah, I see you still busy.
Yeah, man. Give me just one more minute, man.
No worries, man.
Dude,
No worries.
this
But
one right up your alley too, because it was talking about Africa and the United States, man. So I'm really trying to find this again.
yeah. Hey, let me see. I do got another one though. I mean, if you want to check it out, it's only 17 minutes, 18 minutes.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, that's way good.
All right, man. We check this one out, man. I just wanted to this might see what this one do.
Yeah, I had some other shit too, man. But do yours for sure, man, because this one was gonna close it out, man, and I can't find where I put it.
Let's see my screen.
It's 2016. All serious researchers contend that.
Hey, family, I just want to introduce this guy. It's here it is right here, man. It's called the Deep State's Dark Destiny for America, right? It's a Sid Roth. Look him up, man. This guy right here that's talking. Hey, just listen to him, take some notes. just pay attention, man. This is really, really significant to what we're doing right here, right now.
The controversy over the so-called Washington, D.C. street layout forming a pentagram is not about whether it's truly there. Aerial photos clearly reveal that it is. Even the Masons who deny that they are responsible for it acknowledge its presence, but argue that Rhode Island Avenue does not extend all the way to complete the figure, and as such, the debate is twofold. Number one, was the D.C. pentagram street layout intentional, or simply the coincidence of geometric lines? Number two, why is the pentagram incomplete? Now, the answer to the second part seems to reveal the first. First, the unfinished pentagram is a well-known symbol in Freemasonry. As Manly P. Hall records in his writing, quote, "The pentagram is used extensively in black magic, but when so used, its form always differs in one of three ways. The star may be broken at one point by not permitting the converging lines to touch. When used in black magic, the pentagram is called the sign of the cloven hoof or the footprint of the devil," end quote. Now, of course, Hall was writing in the 20th century, but was that symbolism known by Masons during the founding era? The answer is yes. In fact, one of the most famous master masons of all time was Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, who made use of such a pentagram in the play Faust, in which the character of Faust summons Mephistopheles, the devil, to make a pact with him. As the devil tries to leave, he's hindered. As a result, he and Faust have the following exchange. Quote, "Mephistopheles, let me go up. I cannot go away. A little hindrance bids me stay. The witch's foot upon your sill I see." Faust answers, "The pentagram, that's in your way? You son of hell, explain to me. If that stays you, how came you in today? And how was such a spirit so betrayed?" Mephistopheles answers, "Observe it closely. It is not well made. One angle on the outer side of it is just a little open, as you see." The open or broken pentagram was used by Faust to summon the devil in a black magic ceremony. The famous author of the play, Goethe, was not only a Mason, but also a well-known member of the Bavarian Illuminati. And to this day, Freemasons proudly acknowledge that his writings are filled with Masonic symbolism, while books have been written about his Illuminist involvement. Now, Goethe published his first edition of Faust in 1790, and it was in the next 2 years that Pierre Elephant, with the possible help of Thomas Jefferson, came up with the street design for Washington, D.C. It's therefore provable that members of these secret orders were familiar with the idea of an unfinished pentagram before the street layout was complete. Now, admittedly, that does not of itself prove that the pentagram was intentional. But it is interesting that Goethe's play and the DC design were done during the same period. Because of the close interaction between the Freemasonry of America and that of Europe, it's entirely possible, I would say likely, that Elephant and Jefferson were familiar with the symbol and placed it intentionally in the DC pentagram street layout. Occultists around the world understand the power of these symbols and rituals, and they realize they're not only for conveying psychological concepts, but actually for coercing the mysterious and potent supernaturalism invited to take residence there. That belief is deeply preserved in all of the Babylonian, Egyptian, Greek, Roman, Kabbalistic symbolism that is part of Masonic history. And according to famous Freemason Foster Bailey, these symbols intentionally hide, quote, a secret which veils mysterious forces. These energies, when released, can have a potent effect, end quote. Scottish philosopher Thomas Carlyle once famously added, quote, "By symbols accordingly is man guided and commanded, made happy, made wretched," end quote. As previously pointed out, Masons are, as a result, under oath, never to reveal the true meaning of their symbols, and when somehow they are compelled to offer explanation, they falsify the statement, even to lower degree Masons. Now, substantial reasons exist for why the designers of Washington's government center would have wanted to obscure the meaning behind the occultic layout of America's capital. If the public in general had been prematurely convinced of the end game prophesied in the DC symbolism, it would have been beyond the acceptance of prior generations, who likely would have demanded change in leaders and facilities. But as time has moved forward, and increasingly it has become necessary for public understanding of America's heritage and intended purpose, little by little, either by providence, promotion, or even resistance, a clearer picture has emerged of what Manly P. Hall called the secret destiny of America. David Oveson, who became a Mason after writing The Secret Architecture of Our Nation's Capital, The Masons and the Building of Washington, D.C., whose works have been widely endorsed by Freemasons as well as Robert Hieronymus, who's considered to be one of the world's foremost authorities on the Great Seal. And of course, David Oveson's work earned praise from Fred Klanknecht, the Sovereign Grand Commander of the 33rd Degree Supreme Council of Freemasons in Washington, D.C. And it confirms how such obfuscation was deployed on the Great Seal, down to the smallest detail, including how a letter was even cut from the Latin word seclorum, which is the usual spelling, S-A-E-C-L-O-R-U-M, in order to create the word seclorum as it appears, to contribute to 3 sets of 13 on the reverse side of the Great Seal. Now, after acknowledging that the top motto, Anno et Coeptus, had the obligatory 13 letters, Oveson points out how seclorum was letter cut to join the bottom motto, Novus Ordo Seclorum, so that the phrase would end up being 17 letters, which, when added to the 9 numerals in the Roman date, would equal a total of 26, or 2 sets of the number 13. Combined with the top motto, these 3 sets of 13 were very important to establish, Oveson says, in order to reflect the Trinity, represented in the Great Seal's Eye of Providence, and in the nominal triangle, he says, from which the pyramid is constructed, end quote. Based purely on the Great Seal's symbolism, the Trinity these 3 sets of the number 13 denote is authoritatively identified as Osiris, Horus, and Isis, the pagan versions of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, respectively. The use of the number 13 in this way also connects the Great Seal to the mythological and astrological significance of the legend of Osiris as the dying and rising god. It was evidently so important to maintain this talisman-like value, 13, that other phrases of the design and layout of Washington, D.C. were coordinated accordingly, says Oveson. This includes the laying of the White House cornerstone on October 13, 1792 by Masons, and the 4th of July signing of the Declaration of Independence 13 days after summer solstice, so that the sun would be on Sirius. In Egyptian mythology, the sun represented Osiris, while the star Sirius symbolized Isis. And 13 was the number of pieces of Osiris that Isis was able to find after Set, his evil brother, murdered and threw 14 pieces of him into the Nile. Isis searched the riverbanks until she recovered every piece except for his genitals, which had been swallowed by a fish. Isis replaced the missing organ with an obelisk and magically impregnated herself with Horus. Therefore, in Masonic, as well as in ancient Egyptian mythology, the number 13, used a total of 13 times on the Great Seal, counting front and back, is the number that represents the return or resurrection of Osiris. This mythology was so meaningful to the founding of the United States and the construction of its capital, including having the missing Osiris genitalia represented by the 6,666 inches high Egyptian obelisk known as the Washington Monument, that nearly all of David Oveson's 500-plus page Secret Architect of Our Nation's Capital is dedicated to establishing the singular correlation between Washington, D.C. and Virgo, the constellation of Isis, or what Oveson calls, quote, Isis, who was the chief of the feminine mystery deities and the prototype of the stellar Virgo, end quote. This affiliation existed from the very day that Freemasons gathered on April 15, 1791, beginning appropriately at 3:30 p.m., reflecting the mystical value of 33, because of the astrological position of Jupiter in Virgo, and what this would mean for the secret destiny of America. At exactly 3:30 p.m., Jupiter, it was written, began to rise over the horizon. It was in 23 degrees of Virgo. By this means, the zodiacal power of Virgo, which was called in later Masonic circles the Beautiful Virgin, was able to stamp her benign influence on the building of the federal city. A few of the many Freemasons present at that ceremony would have been only too well aware of the profound implications of what they were doing. It is quite clear, it was written, that the ceremonial placing of the stone related to more than merely the founding of the federal district. It was somehow linked to the future destiny of America itself. By dedicating the United States through its astrological alignment to the Virgin constellation of Isis, the founders had dedicated the destiny of America to fulfilling the secret doctrine of Freemasonry, as also reflected in the Osiris-Apollo symbolism of the Great Seal concerning subservience, now and upon his return as Antichrist, to Osiris, Apollo, Nimrod. Interestingly, the same dedication to Osiris, Isis, Apollo exists in New York, where the events of September 11, 2001 initiated the push toward the Novus Ordo Seclorum. The Statue of Liberty in New York's harbor, which holds the Masonic Torch of Enlightenment, was presented in 1884 as a gift to American Masons by the French Grand Orient Temple Masons. Designed by French Freemason and sculptor Frederic Auguste Bartholdi, and built by another French Freemason, Gustave Eiffel. The statue was originally identified as the goddess Isis, with the statue's head formed to represent the Greek sun god Apollo, as preserved on an ancient marble tablet, today in the Archaeological Museum of Corinth, Greece. Apollo was represented as a solar deity, dressed in a similar robe and having on its head a radiant crown with the 7 spiked rays of the Helios, Apollo's sun rays, it says. The legend of Osiris and Isis, the connection with Apollo, the magical number 13, and the history surrounding their mythos is often openly discussed in Masonic and Brotherhood-friendly literature. For instance, in Morals and Dogma, Albert Pike enumerated the esoteric significance of the Osiris epic at length, adding that lower-level Masons, what sometimes is called blue Masonry, are ignorant of its true meaning, which is only known to those who are initiated into the mysteries, Pike said. He also spoke of the star Sirius, connected to Isis and it linked to Lucifer, Satan, as still glittering in the Masonic lodges as the blazing star. Elsewhere in Morals and Dogma, Pike reiterated that, quote, the all-seeing eye was the symbol of Osiris, and that the sun was termed by the Greeks the eye of Jupiter and the eye of the world, and his is the all-seeing eye in our lodges, end quote. So once people understand this illuminated Masonic connection to the Trinity on America's Great Seal, and what the prophetic symbolism, mottos, and numerology imply, it becomes apparent why so much effort was put forward for so long by those who felt it was necessary to hide this extraordinary destiny. Oveson also acknowledges that conspiracy of silence as well, writing, quote, the motto at the top of the seal, Annuit Coeptus, is from Virgil, from the Aeneid. This is a prayer to the god Jupiter. We should observe that while the subject matter of the reverse of the seal is undoubtedly pagan, if symbolic of Hermetic Egypt, the superior motto is itself a prayer to a pagan god. Could this be the reason why there has been so much reluctance to bring the reverse of the seal into the light of day? Whatever the nature of the god, the prayer directed in this way is a petition that the daring undertaking, the secret destiny of America as symbolized in finishing the pyramid, may be completed and that the new age will find fulfillment, end quote. The information that I just shared with you is only the tip of the iceberg of what I reveal in my new book, Zeitgeist 2025. In fact, much of what I uncover in this book is too hot for mainstream platforms like YouTube and Facebook and would immediately be censored. But now, for the first time ever, you are going to discover hidden secrets and forgotten prophecies surrounding the year 2025, how the current U.S. government is tied to America's occult destiny, lost prophecies from Qumran forecasting 2025 as the final age of man, why historians and intelligence agencies foresee a totalitarian world government by 2025, how America's capital city is laid out to actuate the arrival of the Antichrist, about the malevolent Orwellian trinity currently converging, the means by which the population's thinking and speaking are being homogenized to create a nation of assimilated devotees who are going to embrace the Antichrist, the deep esoteric meanings that names and titles held in ancient societies, the impact they had upon destiny, and what that precedent could mean now for America's near future. Who the mysterious character Melchizedek of Genesis 14 truly was, what the people of the name covenant is, and much more. So go to Sid Roth.
Hey, that's always good, man. That's always a good one. Yeah, so as soon as Jamie get back on, I'll switch over and we'll play a little something. I still can't find the one I've been looking for, but it was gonna be a good one. So yeah, we had some good conversations and some good posts up on Sankofa 180 degrees. So, be sure to, go on over to that Facebook group page and scroll through, comment. And then for this live stream too, comment, like or dislike, share it with another friend, and then come on back over on Sankofa's 180 degrees group page. God bless you. Wanted to give a big shout out to my daughter-in-law, Paige Murchison. Bless you. Happy birthday. Another stolen return for you. Another trip around the sun successfully. And so we acknowledge you, baby girl. I don't know where Jamie went. Jamie must have had to go to the bathroom or something. There he is. Can't hear you though. He got them new things on his head trying to rework it, get it working
Hey,
right.
can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, all right. No, what I was saying was but what's so crazy about that video, right? Is I always ask the question like like why they didn't build this according to the return of Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah.
Why they didn't build the nation capital according to Jesus Christ? When they did that pentagram, King, they did that for a reason. My man explained that was for a specific reason, man, and that's for a Sar, a Set, and a Harut, right?
Right.
Listen, King, so they got us following behind Jeeves and all these churches and all these different characters, and they studying they right here studying our shit,
Building on it.
and they building on it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they taking it so serious. They done built your nation capital up according to it, like
Right.
King, like for for the return of Asar, right?
Yeah.
King, listen to this, man. This how deep this is. This how deep this is, King. They done literally built a nation's capital. They made this your capital of your whole nation, built according to our literature, King, our history, now Valley culture. You feel me? I
Right.
mean, he went so far as to talking about the Aeneid. He talking about that's in the book of coming forth by day, King. That's in the book of
Right.
the dead. The
Right.
Aeneid. That's the main. Those are the main lectures that they talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Listen, man. This is how deep this is, King. But they got us running around here, following behind Jeeves and all these other people, right? And these people are, hey, they gearing up and studying. They've been studying our culture, and they gearing up for the stories. They gearing up for the return, King.
Right.
But you sitting around here holding on to Jesus,
Right. Yeah.
and these
Right.
people done left. They gave you Jesus, so they gave that to you. They gave you Jesus, and now and they studying our shit. They
Yeah.
know more about our shit than half the people out here, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then people see this, man, and scream conspiracy, man, and not do any other research. And that's
All you
what's
got,
sad, man. You know,
listen.
our people ain't researching, man.
Did you hear out of all? Hey, my man threw out so many names. He gave out so many sources. He named so many sources, King. There's no way that you can deny all you got to do is go look those names up. I have.
Right. Right.
I have, right? Like King, like, man, come on, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, man.
But we running around here, man, and then they'll argue you down about it, man. But these people don't get, listen, man, they they threw you off your whole trail. They threw you off the trail.
Yeah.
They put you on a whole another joint, man.
Yeah, they really in the wilderness.
Oh man,
I don't want to be there no more, man. I'm glad you show stuff like this, man, and because that video is just power packed with 17 minutes of hardcore information, man. Make your head spin.
I mean, listen, man. You can I mean, really, what you gonna do about that, man? That's the thing, man. What you gonna do about that? You gonna continue to read in the Bible all these different these fairy tale stories, or you gonna go ahead and study the real literature, the real shit that they preparing for?
Right. Right.
This is
Yeah,
what
they
they
got.
preparing for, man.
Yeah, you know they got the power, man. So, and you're putting it right out in your face, man. And I even seen on TV, man. They don't really want that zeitgeist out there. That book. They don't want that
No,
book out
no,
there.
they don't want it out there, man. But you know what they'll do? They label it as a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? And that's what they do, man. They label your shit, then people look at it. Oh yeah, I heard about that guy. You know what I mean? And then they roll with it. You know.
Yeah, it's
You know,
crazy.
it's people, man, that favor. You know, they rather believe in what they believe in, man, than to know. You know what I'm saying? They rather just believe than know, man. And I'm not satisfied with that, man. With just
Yeah, and
know,
that's
just believing. I gotta know, man.
yeah, and that's the enrichment, man, of researching, man. And most of the people that we listen to, they always say, don't take my word for it, go research it,
That's right.
and then reference it, and just keep going on, man. And it's gonna take you there anyways. But then what'll happen is something will pop up and it'll be all Christian and they start feeling guilty again. Right? They say, oh shit, I can't
Right.
do that, man. I can't do that, man. And I remember that thought process, bro. And I know I'm not the only one. I've heard, multiple other people talk about it, but we just break through, because I want the truth too, man. Other people, as I still think on the thing you was talking about, I still think it's identity, man. They can see the truth, but we know we got a clinical name for a cognitive dissonance, but it still seems to be identity, man, because they done pump the game up, pump their status up some in the family, the community, or wherever, and now you got and it included talking about the spiritual axiom with Jesus, right? And then you see this stuff, man. Now, especially if you ain't that popular or you gain some popularity, and then you got this truth, man. You know, and it becomes that becomes a choice, right? That becomes a choice, like we was talking about earlier this week, right? It becomes a choice, a clear choice. Then, all right, ain't no disease on it, ain't no faulty wiring in your brain and shit like that. Simple choice. All right.
Right.
And then you're gonna be lying to your family, man, and knowing you got this information, knowing that they, had the councils of Nicaea and then they, what you just showed, man, and plenty of other stuff, man. And it's gonna just lie to your kids, man. Lie to the people that you love. Wear a mask around all day. All right.
Right.
Yeah, that was a good one too. That's that new folder Becky put together.
Yeah. Yeah. Just put it up, man.
And mom's advertising.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but yeah, man, like I'm just saying, King, like I don't know, man. I'm just grateful, man, to you know, to be open-minded, man, where, I don't stay in belief, right? Because, once you ain't got to believe no more, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just, I'm just glad that I ain't got to believe no more, man. Let's figure out, I mean, we definitely got to figure out more, a lot more. We got a lot more to figure out, King, but right, I think we on the right track.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, this is
So,
this is mom's jewelry. This is a jewelry package, and you can come and you can purchase this jewelry. Just get in touch with Jamie.
yeah.
Plug Sankofa 180 degrees and get some of these beautiful pieces.
Yeah, fam. Yeah, all the information is right here. Uh,
Play it one more time.
yeah.
Man, I had this cold piece for you, Jamie. Dang, I can't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got this other one I want to throw up there when you get done. Just take your time, man.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, put it on up.
No, I wanted your mom to me that those pieces go by one more time. That you know, can you put it up there one more time?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up there.
Yeah, man, it's worth that. Yeah, Gary might not be get on today, man. She been not getting too much sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll be all good.
Well, hey man, shit, definitely
Yeah,
gotta get your rest, man, no matter what, no matter where, no matter who. You gotta
yeah,
get that. That's number one, man. So I truly understand. Plus, we ain't gotta be this what's happening right here. This peaceful.
yeah.
You
It
know what I
is,
mean?
man. And we gonna be on anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah, we ain't missing a week.
right.
I look
So
forward
it's
to
it's,
it.
it's all good, man. I don't know what happened to the brother, man. I hope the brother's all right.
Yeah,
You
me too.
know, we
Me
just,
too.
it's just, yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it
You
was
know how we
sending.
do. We
Yeah,
try to what compliment whatever is being presented. We try to compliment that with some a little bit before the show. You know what I mean?
right, right, right.
You know, just to show a little, even if it's like a little history of it or what have you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just hope he all right too, man. Ain't no telling crazy shit going on today. And um, but we know Prince is solid, man. And you know, he had a good presentation. He had the presentation he wanted to put on. Doesn't get that good networking down there, the service down there in Key Largo. So hopefully that's what it is.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, I'm gonna put this one up though.
Yeah, go ahead, King.
I
It's,
gotta
it's,
get it.
it's,
I
it's
gotta get
wide
it.
open.
I gotta get it on my phone though.
It's wide open, man. But yeah, I'm just,
But that pentagram, man, is a trip, man. I mean, that just blows my mind every time.
I mean, how do you argue that, man? Like, now this nation was supposed to have been built off of Christianity, but it looks like somebody knows something different.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It looks like somebody knows something different, and it looks like they're taking it real fucking serious.
yeah, no doubt.
Feel me? It looks like
Yeah,
they really taking it really, really serious, King.
might get a little static. I'm gonna. All right, we got static. Let me close this one out. All right. So let's share. So these are two short ones, man. One is 4 minutes, one is 9 minutes. So I'm gonna play one you're familiar with already. Then I'm just gonna follow up with this other. Hold on. Hold up. I'm gonna have to go back and start it again.
Yeah, yeah, boy. I'm telling you, man. Like, you got it.
Nope.
Don't worry about it. Shit, we good. Like I said, man. When you design a country's motherfucking capital behind our literature, our teacher, our teachings.
Yeah.
Wow, King, that's deep, man. That's really, really deep, man. I mean, because like I said, somebody knows something different than what they're telling you.
And a whole lot of somebody.
yeah, the designers of the designers of the country, or the country, or the country's capital, should I say?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna send these to you and let you play because I can't get it to play.
Okay.
See if this one does.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I can't get it to play, so I'm just sending them to you. Play Miss Jane Elliott's first.
Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Boom, boom. You already sent it. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Play the one with Oprah and Miss Jane Elliott. Man, I had put it together real sweet too, man. That last one that I can't find with a piece all three of these together, and but I'm only playing two because I can't find the other.
Hold on. I don't think I got it yet.
Hmm?
Hold on a second. Hold on. It's the okay. So is it the state student doesn't believe Jesus existed?
Yes, that's the second one I want you to play.
Okay,
You didn't get
hold
Miss Jane Elliott, one with Oprah and Miss Jane Elliott.
Oh yeah. Oh, my bad. Right here. I got it. Yeah. Yes, sir. Hold up. Let me get it right. Get it. All right. Yeah, I got it. I got it right here. Hold on. Put that right there. I'll put this right. All right. Let me see. We get bigger than that now. All right. There we go. All right. Put that right there. All right. All right, King. Here I come. You ready?
Yeah, you good.
All right. Let's do it. Boom. All right. That's it right there, right?
That's it.
We should be telling Jane Elliott does her blue-eyed, brown-eyed exercise at Oprah Winfrey show in 1992. The individuals with blue eyes lose their cool when being forced to experience a small example of what Black folks go through daily. All right, here we go, family. Jane Elliott, man. Hey, I love her.
Yeah,
Color
no
has
doubt.
nothing to do with it. The treatment does and the attitude does, but color has nothing to do
You're an
with
exception
love.
to the rule. Everyone does not have the exact same attitude that you have.
But in America, we are the melting pot of the world. And we should be able to be tolerant.
What
and
do
you
you
should
mean by
dislike me
melting pot?
because I'm white, and I should
What do you
dislike you
mean by
because of your
melting
color.
pot? Now, wait a minute, people. What do you mean by melting pot? That we put everybody together and mix them all up and they all come out the same so that white folks feel comfortable with them, so that blue-eyed folks feel comfortable with them? We don't need a melting pot in this country, folks. We need a salad bowl. In a salad bowl, you put in the different things. You want the vegetables, the tomatoes, the lettuce, the cucumbers, the onions, the green peppers, to maintain their identity. You appreciate differences. A melting pot does not appreciate differences, and this country ought to be about appreciating differences. That female wants us to be the same.
What do you base the fact that blue-eyed people are less intelligent or lazy?
They haven't been on the earth as long as brown-eyed people have, and that's a fact. Yeah. The first scientists at the University of Southern California traced the DNA molecule back. Now, look at this boy. He wants to talk. Is he being a good listener? No. These people know the listening skills? No. And if they know the listening skills, why aren't they practicing them? As I was saying,
We can see where this is
going.
going.
University of Southern California, sit down and listen. Trace the DNA molecule. Trace the DNA molecule back using computers 2 or 3 years ago, and in order to find out where the first modern human being evolved on this earth. And what they found was that the first modern human being who evolved on this earth was a black female. And in every one of your genes runs the memory of that first black female. People of color have been on the earth longer than white people have. That's a fact. You need to be aware of that. Now, but you need to be aware, folks. You need to be aware that it was blue-eyed people in Germany. It was blue-eyed people in Germany who oversaw the killing of 10 million human beings. And one of the ways you went into the gas chamber in Germany was eye color. If you had brown eyes and a good German name, they threw you into the gas chamber because they said you might be trying to pass. You were a Jewish person trying to pass. I didn't invent this. Adolf Hitler did. And there are people in this country today, neo-Nazis, the Aryan nation, who are now absolutely trying to do the same thing again. And unless you are aware of it, it will happen again. We have 59,000 excess deaths among the black population of this country per year now. Now, if we had that great a number of excess deaths among the white population, we would do something about it.
What did you want to say?
We can see where this is going. She's saying that everybody has racism in them. It's not really about the eye. She's trying to teach about racism. But she can't get away from the fact that God created the races, and you are going to be different. You can't help it. God created races, and he didn't want the races to be like that.
God created one race, the human race, and human beings created racism. Now, I want to know if several people in this group are very, very angry. Yes. They're angry after an hour of being denied what they consider their right.
This man said yes.
But those very people who are that angry over an hour of very minor discomfort in a place they volunteered to be are the same people who would say they don't understand LA and the anger. Why are you black people angry? And you are this angry, you blue-eyed people are this angry over an hour of discomfort. Now that should tell you something, but I don't think it has.
So then
yet.
What is the question?
You don't like people making broad generalizations about you and assumptions about you without knowing you? That doesn't make you comfortable to have people making broad generalizations and assumptions about you without knowing you as an individual?
It makes me very uncomfortable.
It makes you very uncomfortable? Anybody else in this room ever had that kind of discomfort on a daily basis?
Hey, she always tough, man. Hey, and she don't give them no air either. She don't give them no space to run. Nah, you ain't finna run. You ain't finna do none of that. Right? You know, so I always respect her. Hey, you muted if you're saying something, King.
Yeah, so the video that I was going to play was an African representative. I forgot what position she still holds, but she was talking about referring to the salad bowl instead of the melting pot, right? So she was talking about if the United States don't stop trying to come in here with a prepared agenda at the summit, because she was referring to the summit, right, that they just had. And if they don't quit coming in here with a prepared agenda of what we should do, and and they don't respect us, because that's the problem. They don't respect us, and they don't see us as an equal partnership. And we're gonna cut their ass off. We're gonna cut the United States off. All right. So I knew that would fluff up some feathers on you, but I don't got that video. So yeah, and then Jane Elliott really put it down, man. She said, you know, you in here for an hour of discomfort and want to disown other people's struggle every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that was a good little exercise she did right there, man. That was really slick, man. And and even though that it's plain and simple, a lot of people still won't get it, man. Still won't get it.
No, they
They
stuck.
still don't understand that. That still doesn't make sense to them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, I got this other one, man. You ready for it?
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay.
Hey, so on this one, just off the top, man, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, man, how they gonna have some niggas back there with them names? Probably not. And them names, man, if they're the ones that wrote it, they're definitely not from that land. So go ahead and pop it in.
Hey, I think the defense for that will be that those are translated names, or those names are just translations from their some of their original names. I guess now it may be it's so many translations. That's what it just ended up being in English.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm just gonna try to give them a little. I'm gonna try to give them a little lifeline right there on that.
Yeah, I ain't rolling with that one.
Okay. I'm just saying. All I'm saying.
I know. You trying to give him some rope to.
I'm trying to give them something to move around with, man. But something they can, they might can use that in some kind of way.
Yeah, exactly.
I at least put the idea out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But state student doesn't believe Jesus existed. All right. So here we go. Now this.
Jesus Christ. Fictional character, possibly a real man, but there's plenty of messiahs back in that time that we know of. Historically,
fictional character? Jesus of Nazareth?
Yes.
What year do we live in?
2013 right now, sir.
2013 after what?
After somebody decided to change the time because they thought that there was something out there.
We live in the year 2013 because Jesus Christ is an historical person who was born, and we mark our calendar by his birth. So please don't stand out here and act like, oh shoot, maybe Jesus never exist. Come on, buddy, let's be honest.
If had a calendar, then their myths were real, sir?
Jesus Christ was an historical person who lived, taught, died, and rose from the dead. That's history. That's not mythology. We mark our calendar according to his birth. So come on.
So what?
Think.
The new calendar, then that doesn't apply anymore. So is it true then because of no calendar? Is it false because of no calendar?
No, I'm just trying to point out to you how illogical you're being when you say Jesus didn't exist.
No, I'm saying the fictional character of the Bible, that person that performed miracles, is way too much for anything to ever have happened. There might have been somebody that was back there that went to certain places and did preach about peace, but there was nothing mystical or divine about it.
All right, fine. But the point is, he was an historical person who really lived. Agreed?
Maybe not even by the name Jesus, maybe by Messiah. And there's plenty of them. So it could have been just a combination of many people named Messiah that contributed to this myth that you talked about.
So how do you determine whether a document is historically reliable or not?
Evidence like that we have of a Caesar or something like that.
Okay, what evidence do we have of a Caesar that convinces you Caesar lived?
Okay, well, we have statues that are physical representations of that actual person.
Statues?
We have buildings, we have paintings, we have pottery.
We have statues of Zeus.
We have multiple documents from multiple historians.
Multiple historians. Good. There we go. I don't believe Caesar existed because there's a statue of Caesar. There's statues of Zeus. There's statues of.
I'm saying the combination of all that evidence there.
I don't trust statues to tell me who existed or not. What I trust is eyewitness testimony. People saw George Washington be inaugurated first president of the United States. That is historical knowledge based on the trustworthiness of eyewitness testimony.
Don't base 2,000-year-old evidence on eyewitness stuff. That has to be physical artifacts, sir. Things that were like George Washington 200 years ago is a huge difference. Huge difference, especially with the technology we have to record that information. And the fact that other people recorded that disliked Washington is evidence that he did exist as a person, and it takes away that myth that backs him up. The people that believed in Jesus Christ and wrote about him were writing about him as a fictional character. They were all about him specifically. There's no contradiction except for maybe in the Quran where he's just a prophet. And if you take all that and you divide it up and you kind of look at it, he could have possibly existed as a man that had some good beliefs But other than that, it's been exaggerated.
All right, excuse me, ma'am.
I'm
So
not
what is
talking
your
about Caesar
point?
anymore,
What
man.
is your point about Jesus Christ? Do you think he lived or not?
You can't say for sure. What I think it is there's a majority of, there's a bunch of messiahs. If you go over to the Middle East right now, which I've been, okay, there's messiahs over there right now trying to tell you that they know who God
Yeah.
is. Yeah, and that's exactly what was happening back then. There's multiple
right.
people doing it.
But now, how did
There's
Jesus
multiple
live his
myths around
life?
it.
So Jesus made some incredible claims.
You're still talking about one person. I think it was a majority. I think personally it was multiple messiahs, and that they took all those different stories, compiled it to benefit themselves in controlling people like you right now.
I'm controlling
or you
people?
To listen to him.
I'm controlling people?
No. What I'm saying is raising people up through the doctrine is controlling them in that sort of manner, sir.
Fine. But we're here having an open-minded discussion, and nobody has to be here, right? You're here because you choose
it's
to be.
America, not because of your religion, sir.
Fine. But reality is, people are here because they choose to be, not because they have to be.
Yeah.
All right? Now, the reason that I trust Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to give me accurate historical information is because, first of all, the internal harmony. 4 different eyewitness accounts, no contradictions, internal consistency.
Wrong. Side-by-side comparison, you can do it yourself. There's tons of internal contradictions, especially if you do it on...
Give me one.
I can't name them off.
How unfortunate.
Okay, oh no,
That's
I
really
got
sad.
one. I just remember one. Sorry, it's hard to do off the top of my head. Matthew it didn't end the book with the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
He didn't.
No, the oldest text that we have do not have that in there. The rest of them do. Seems like a very important thing to have.
That's a very interesting point. The only problem is you got it wrong. It's not Matthew, it's Mark you're talking about. The end of Mark is not in the earliest Greek manuscripts, not Matthew. Okay, so let's try and keep our facts straight.
Okay, my bad. It's a name.
It's all right.
I don't
So
do
it's the
this right
Gospel of
job,
Mark, you're
obviously.
right. The end of the Gospel of Mark is not in some of the earliest Greek manuscripts. But sir, before that questionable ending of Mark, the tomb of Jesus Christ is empty. The resurrection is clearly taught in the Gospel of Mark. The resurrection appearances are not recorded in the earliest form of Mark, but the empty tomb is right there.
Okay, so
you
he
do
was
not have
never
a
in
dead
the tomb.
Christ at the end of Mark.
It's an easy solution.
You have a resurrected Christ
Never
at the
in
end of Mark. So the Gospels are totally consistent. Jesus lived a sinless life. He taught amazing ethical teachings. He died on a
We don't
cross
know
to
about
forgive
his-
us
we
for
don't
our
know about
sin,
his childhood.
and he
It
rose
wasn't
from the
recorded.
dead.
He could have sinned there. There's plenty of room in there for him to have sinned. That we don't know
Fascinating
about.
point. You're right. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were not playmates with Christ at the age of 12, 13, and 10.
Yeah.
But they lived with Christ for 3 years. And in those 3 years, they observed that Christ never sinned once.
Not once.
Not once. In fact, in John chapter 8, Jesus could look into the faces of his enemies and say, "Which one of you can prove me guilty of sin?" And his enemies were silent. So the overwhelming evidence is Christ lived a magnificent life.
Okay, so that's not evidence. That's hearsay from a book that you still have yet to validate, sir.
Right, so the first piece of evidence that the Gospels are reliable is internal consistency. The second piece of evidence that the Gospels are reliable is literary style.
So if I wrote on a napkin, this napkin is consistent because it's on the napkin and it's the consistency of the napkin. Does that mean that it's true, sir, because it's written consistently? No.
You're not listening.
I am listening.
No, you're not.
You keep giving us like very misleading
I did not say if you write on a napkin or if you write on a piece of
No,
paper
what I'm saying,
something.
you're arguing the
We had
consistency
4
inside
different
of
authors,
itself.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. When you read those 4 unique, different accounts
That have
of
been translated
Christ,
together
there
for
are
the
no
past 2
contradictions. There's an internal consistency. That is what I said.
There's
Now
not.
please get the wax out of your ears and listen.
There's not.
And then
I'm only
respond to
deaf
what I
because I'm a
say.
veteran, so I might be
Don't
hard of hearing.
respond to what I don't
No,
say.
sir.
Respond to what I say. I respond to what you say. Now respond to what I say, which
am.
means you got to listen.
Doing it.
So listen.
I'm listening.
All right. Third test. When any document claims to be historically reliable is archaeology.
Yes.
Does archaeology validate Bethlehem, Jerusalem, Nazareth?
No, it doesn't. No historical record
Okay,
of Nazareth
how
being
does it
there
not?
when historically Jesus should have been there.
Pardon?
There's no historical evidence of Nazareth being there when historically when Jesus.
Yes,
was
there is.
There's not.
Well, I'm sorry. I had to study that because a student at UCSB challenged me on that. I had to go back and clearly farm tools, inscriptions in caves show that Nazareth was a very small town in the 1st century AD. crystal clearly. Archaeology
So what
shows
are you
that.
using? You're using carbon dating to verify when exactly that was, sir? We're using technology to do that?
We're using archaeology, and we're using
What are you using
inscriptions
to
in
date it,
caves, and we're using farming tools and the dating of farming tools.
Okay, so
in Nazareth. Nazareth was a
so
first
scientific
century Palestinian
measures
town.
to determine your farming tools date are good for you, but not good enough to tell you that the Earth is billions
Oh,
of
I
years
can
old.
promise you, sir, I didn't do the study. I'm not an archaeologist.
Okay, so
Archaeologists did that in Nazareth in Palestine.
okay, so one person did that because from what I understand is that there's such a huge gap in when that could have been that it's more likely than not probable that that town did not exist when Jesus was born.
Sir, that's an old argument that's been debunked by archaeology.
No, sir, it
okay?
has not been.
Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't.
Just give me a little bit of evidence to back that up.
Okay,
I gave you
I'll pull
the
it up on
evidence that
Google right
Nazareth
now.
did exist as a first century
Pull up some
town.
evidence on Google right now.
All right, we're going to go on to somebody else now, okay?
ahead,
You go ahead and pull up your evidence on Google. So what do you think about Jesus?
My boy was hitting him.
See, he should have. See, I wish I could have been there on that one, boy. That'd have been a good one, cause ain't no way. Like, dude, you saying like that story of a born a born a crucified and a resurrection story, King, is not a unique story, King. That story is like 100 people has those stories.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so are you, the question should have been, are you saying that this is the only person that ever resurrected, that ever was born of immaculate conception and tried and convicted and killed and crucified and resurrected? That's dude, that's not a unique story. Like that's you the last person to get that story. Yeah, I mean, like really, man, like there's many must story those stories that predates your Jesus Christ, man. Like why would you, and you sit up there trying to argue with these people about something you cannot prove? Mark, Luke, what them dudes there? Hey, listen, man, all them cats. Hey, hey, like they ain't. Man, it ain't unusual for one person to get a story and then another person write the you get a story and then they just keep on writing. Now you got. So you saying you got 4 authors writing about the same goddamn story?
Right. Right.
As if them 4 authors didn't come from another, so 4 more authors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
or
That's crazy.
wasn't fashioned behind, another another system, right?
Yeah.
This like come on, man. Like your whole doctrine is fashioned behind, at least 3 systems. You know what I'm saying? Your doctrine is fashioned behind Greek mythology, Sumerian texts, and Nile Valley culture. That's where your shit comes from. Period. I don't care how you look at it, where you do it, how you spin it. You're gonna, every time you say, and all 3 of them are older than you, are older than your doctrine. All 3 of them. So don't tell me that you didn't take from all 3 of them, the 3 of them systems, and make your own and change the characters. That's all you did.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? You didn't, everywhere you went, they kicked your ass and put you out of there. And everywhere you went, you took some of their culture with you. That's
Yeah.
what you did, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on with that, man. Everywhere because you didn't have a specific place that you came from. Because everywhere you went, you got your ass whooped, and they was running your ass up out of there. That's why you came to Egypt 3 damn times.
Yeah. Running, they had nasty ass.
Yeah, running up, they running y'all asses up out of there. Y'all came to Egypt, and the Pharaoh let y'all asses in. Each and every time, looking out for y'all's ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And come on, man. So cut it out, man.
Yeah.
Y'all got a bunch of y'all got some made up culture, man. It was a made up doctrine that come out of 3 different systems, man. Period.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, there's the queen. How you doing, Carrie? That's the first lady right there. How you doing, queen?
You got your camera on, honey.
I don't know if she heard me. Peace to you, queen. Peace, peace, peace.
She'll come on in just a second.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
We can't hear you, Carrie. Hey, man, I think we should play that morgue. What do you think?
Yeah, I got you want it? You just sent it to me. You want that?
I do. Do you?
World guy.
I think we should. I think we should end it with that.
You want to start what? Hey, listen. Okay. Hey, listen. That's what I'm saying right there, right? And so, and now see if you start playing this stuff right here. See.
Hey, you might want to think about it first.
I'm saying, no, what I'm saying is to the family out there, listen, man. When you hear this kind of shit here, man, you gotta be really, really. Just be careful. Just be really, really careful. Okay. Okay. Be careful. Be careful. Please be careful. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man. Cause more. This is this unk stuff, y'all. All this is unk stuff. So y'all better y'all know that. I gotta put that out there right now. All this stuff is unk stuff. Okay. So I want y'all to just so I'm just playing it for him. I'm just letting y'all know this off the bat. We're gonna put that out there immediately. Okay. Right. This is unk stuff, and this dude is you can look him up. Hey, matter of fact, what the hell? You tell him.
No, man, you doing good, man. I already did.
Matter of fact, you want me to hold on, I'm gonna show. Let me show, and then you tell me what you want. You want me to reduce it.
I want you to play it.
Who it is, see, and then or you.
Yeah. Tell them about Morg, man. You know more than me, man. But
okay, right here, man. So Morg is if you want to go to him, here's how you get to a Morg official, or go to, and it's spelled like a morgue. He does a lot of research, family, and this man is I mean, honestly, man, there's not much you really can't. You just have to see for yourself, family. That's all I can tell you, man. Because the dude is deep, and he knows the Bible, family. He really knows the Bible. All right. So anyway, without further ado, again, this unk stuff. All right, fam. Here we go, though.
More than one God in the Bible.
Huh?
Hey, and don't be mad at me. He coming right out the Bible. So
yeah, it's true. He is. He coming right out the Bible, family. So so just listen to him, pay attention, and just let us know. This is only what is it? This is just short. 11 and a half minutes, family. All right.
Start it over though.
Not only is God. Did you know that there's actually more than one God in the Bible? And not only is God just one of many gods, he's actually actually a savage war god. Christianity is a monotheistic religion, which means there is only one God. But the problem is that there are many gods in the Bible, and verses show that the so-called one true God is just one of many gods, and this completely destroys the position of mainstream Christianity and the Abrahamic religions in general. You see, God isn't actually a God of peace and love at all. I bet you didn't know that he accepted a burnt virgin sacrifice and executed all the firstborn children of Egypt. Now, this all makes a lot more sense when you realize that he's just one of many gods and is actually a bloodthirsty war god that took over.
Ooh, you better watch more.
I criticize mainstream religion because I used to be a Christian and have experienced firsthand the damage that it causes. I suffered from religious trauma syndrome, or RTS, and it's my goal to help others that might be in a similar situation. So I demonstrate how mainstream religious beliefs are incompatible with logic and reason, highlight absurdities and contradictions in the Bible, and show just how much evil and violence are perpetrated by the so-called God of the Bible. So if that interests you, help us wake up the world and subscribe now. We're exploring two of the central themes of Christianity, which is that there is only one God and that he's a God of peace and love. Well, we have the verses that smash those ideas to pieces and show that he's actually a bloodthirsty war god. During the creation of humans, Genesis 1:26 says, "Then God said, let us make humans in our image, in our likeness." Well, that sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? Well, let's look at Genesis 3:22. It says, God said, "Look, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil." If there's only one God, why the talk of us and our? A mainstream Christianity would claim that these verses are talking about the Trinity, but the Trinity, it wasn't officially established until the Council of Nicaea hundreds of years later. So not only would this be extremely confusing for the people of the time it was written for, but this argument doesn't hold any water for the other Abrahamic religions that don't believe in the Trinity. So what's actually going on here? Well, it all becomes clear when we realize that early scripture was written when the Israelite religion was still polytheistic. In other words, they believed in many gods. It's important to note that one of the first names used for God is Elohim, and the word Elohim is a plural noun for gods or deities. Additionally, Elohim almost certainly has roots in the polytheistic Canaanite gods, the children of El. The Canaanites worshipped many gods, and the most notable for our discussion are El Elyon, the Most High God, Asherah, his wife, and Baal. In the Hebrew text, El Elyon, or El Shaddai, is the God worshipped in Genesis, the first book of the Bible. However, beginning in Exodus, he's replaced by Yahweh. Yahweh is a savage god of war, an extremely jealous god that demands that people worship him alone, and anyone who disobeys will have their children punished, as well as their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren, and, well, you get the idea. Right. Remember the 10 Commandments? Well, the first of Yahweh's 10 commands is, "You shall have no other gods before me. I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me." That's right, the 10 Commandments were written by Yahweh, a war god. And punishing kids who did nothing wrong? Not very fair, is it? Well, savage war gods aren't exactly known for being fair, and this is where things start to get insane. So Yahweh declares war on all the gods of Egypt, clearly implying that these gods exist and he will defeat them. In Exodus, we even see Egyptian sorcerers perform a miracle by changing a staff into a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called for the wise men and the sorcerers, and they too, the soothsayer priests of Egypt, did the same with their secret arts. Each one threw down his staff, and it became a serpent. In Yahweh's declaration of war against Egypt and its gods, he sends 10 terrible plagues. And what's the grand finale? He causes the execution of all the firstborn children of Egypt. Exodus 11:5, all the firstborn sons will die in every family in Egypt, from the oldest son of Pharaoh who sits on his throne to the oldest son of his lowliest servant girl who grinds the flour. Even the firstborn of all the livestock will die. Now, does that sound like a God of peace and love to you? An all-loving, one true God? Remember, this is the God of the Abrahamic religions, including Christianity. But we're just getting started because it gets a lot worse. The Bible describes Yahweh as craving animal sacrifice. Then burn the whole ram on the altar. It's a burnt offering, a soothing aroma, an offering by fire to the Lord. He demands that his followers sacrifice 2 lambs per day. This is what you are to offer on the altar regularly each day. 2 lambs, 1 year old. Offer one in the morning and the other at twilight. But it's not just animal sacrifice, but human sacrifice as well. When Jephthah conquers the Ammonites, Yahweh accepts Jephthah's daughter as a burnt virgin sacrifice. Does this sound like a loving God? Clearly not. And not everyone fell for this. The Gnostics were actually a group of heretical Christians that thought the God of the Bible wasn't the true God at all, but an evil God born from chaos, the devil himself. Well, what does it sound like to you? What makes more sense? Does accepting animal sacrifice and a burnt virgin sacrifice sound like an all-loving God or like a satanic being? Tell me in the comments. Yahweh was clearly a being of war and destruction, and the Bible admits this. Psalm states, Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. When the Israelites reached the promised land and no longer needed help in war, they began worshiping the gods Baal and Asherah. Now, if Yahweh is the one true God, doesn't that sound like a very strange thing to do? Why on earth would you worship some false gods instead of the one true God? Well, it all makes a lot more sense when you realize that Yahweh was just one of many gods, and Yahweh was a cruel, bloodthirsty war god, not a pleasant guy. So when they no longer needed help in war, they turned to the other gods, such as the goddess Asherah and the fertility god Baal. It's apparent that Yahweh, a war god, was originally one of many gods. And when we look at the Hebrew texts, we can see that it began in a polytheistic manner. Psalms reads, God stands in the assembly of the gods. He stands as judge among the judges. So it evolved to get its believers to abandon their gods and pledge their allegiance to Yahweh. It began in a polytheistic way and evolved to convince believers that Yahweh was the most powerful of the gods. Then eventually, it phased out the other gods altogether and became monotheistic. Originally, Yahweh was worshipped along with many of the other Canaanite deities such as El Elyon, Asherah, and Baal. But as the religion evolved throughout the years, El Elyon, the Most High God,
would you be interested in collecting 5-figure paychecks for a few hours of work, helping me in your spare time?
we see referenced in Genesis, was merged with Yahweh, making them one, while the worship of the other gods was condemned. So Yahweh was promoted to the one true God, and eventually the very existence of foreign gods was denied, and Yahweh was declared the grand creator of the universe. We finally see this transition of a belief in many gods to a belief in one God in Isaiah, a later book in the Bible. This is what Yahweh says: I am the first and the last. There is no Elohim except me. I am Yahweh, and there is no other. There is no other God besides me. From the east to the west, people will know that there is no God except me. I am Yahweh, and there is no other. The Bible has since been translated to reflect this belief, as though it had been monotheistic the whole time, merging El Elyon and Yahweh into one. The Bible is not the work of a perfect, inerrant, all-loving God. The Bible represents man-made beliefs that began with many gods, then eventually proclaimed the supremacy of Yahweh, and then dismissed with the other gods entirely. In the New Testament, Christ comes on the scene and he's declared to be the Son of God. This is a man-made religion that reflected the mindset of the times it was written in, and it's been changed, altered, translated, and retranslated many times. It was originally for people that were polytheistic. So it evolved to convince polytheists to become henotheists, and finally to become monotheists. Now, why should you care about any of this? Well, when the Bible is taken as just a story or a metaphor with its hateful passages removed, I have no problem with it. But when it's taught to many children as though it were absolute truth, that's when I get angry, and so should you. It contains many horrific teachings of homophobia, sexism, hate, and violence. It's mentally abusive and causes religious trauma syndrome, RTS, which shares the symptoms of PTSD, and no child should have to go through that. The Bible is founded on the belief in a war god, so is it any wonder that so many wars have been fought in its name? Enough is enough. Yahweh, the war god, is a fiction. He doesn't exist. But it doesn't matter because the idea of Yahweh exists, and he's still causing war and destruction throughout the world, and children are still suffering and being mentally abused through its damaging teachings. So help us build a new world that's founded on logic and reason so we can finally be free of dangerous beliefs. Check out my story with religious trauma syndrome, or my video on Is God Actually the Devil? Like and share this video and subscribe to help us spread this information. And a big shout out to all my supporters on Patreon. If you enjoy my work, consider supporting on Patreon and get access to our weekly secret live streams. My name is Morg, and I am Hyperion. Ad Astra.
Hey, listen, man, more gonna make something happen, man. Hey, cause listen, hey, I told, man, remember I was telling y'all about El Elyon, El, Bob, Shira, Yahweh. You muted, King. Still muted.
That's why I said to play it, man, because you dig this shit, man. You the one that popped it out, man. So
hey, listen, man. Hey, look, Morg ain't no joke, man. He really ain't, man. Hey, yeah, he ain't no joke. I see. Okay, yeah, hold on. I see.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm
Wait
sending you another one. I'm sending you another one.
The reason God flooded the world, revealed, is banned too, man.
Hey, so I just sent the one that he just mentioned.
Real God and wait, world first. Okay, we gotta play that one.
Did you see the one? Did you see the one I just sent? Is God really the devil?
Yeah, I gotta play that one right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What? Hey, man, Morg, I don't think I ever seen this one.
I don't think I did either. I don't think I seen the one about. I might have seen the one about Noah, but I ain't sure. But hey, motherfuckers be going crazy on this one.
Man, look, I
got to send this one to Miss Charlie, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be nasty right here, man. It ain't number what? It ain't even 10 minutes. Okay, hey family, let's check this out. All right, it's another joint from Morg, and this is from Unc again. This okay, this Unc stuff. Okay, all right. Yeah, this Unc stuff. This Unc stuff right here, man. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you raw. Just put some just put some comments in the chat deal on YouTube Live or on Sankofa. Don't just think about it, man. Just write about it.
Okay, now look at this here, man. I don't, hey, look, family, we ain't worshiping no devils over here. We don't even believe in none of that stuff. Okay, it's only just a belief. Okay, it's only it's just a belief. We ain't arguing none of that. All right. We just
I believe that the devil is man's behaviors.
Well, I don't believe in none of that shit.
It just flips back to man and takes that mythology out of it anyway. So that false ass depiction when they was doing when the ones that created this devil is the ones that was doing the devil's work.
Okay. Yeah. I don't give a damn about none of that shit because I don't believe in none. I don't believe in none of that weird ass shit like a devil. I ain't well, fuck that. Shit. That mean I got another motherfucker that's supposed to be more powerful than me. Nah, nigga, you ain't more powerful than me. Fuck you. You know what I mean? So nah, I don't believe in none of that shit, man. It's just like I don't believe in no God. Because that means this motherfucker, he supposed to be powerful, more powerful than me too. Nah, nigga, you ain't. So get the fuck on. You know what I mean? So okay.
I ain't sending this one to Miss Charlie.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that.
No, you good. You good.
The devil.
You good.
Okay, hold on. Here
I
we
dropped
go.
some bombs too earlier, so it's all good.
Man, I forgot about that. Okay, here you go, man. Wow. All right, let's start that back over. All right.
Wow.
All right. Here we go, family. This is
What if God is actually the devil? What if the very foundations of Christianity was built on a shocking secret that the church doesn't want you to know? Marcion, the man who compiled the world's first Bible, believed that the God worshipped by the church today is actually an evil being that's enslaving humanity, and will also discover that Jesus himself reveals that God is the devil in the banned Gospel of Judas. Is this actually true, and has the world been deceived into worshiping an evil being? We're gonna find out right now. First, make sure you like and subscribe, as I'll be releasing more hidden knowledge on my channel that you won't find anywhere else. And if you ever felt like that you've learned something from my work, support on Patreon to get access to weekly secret videos. And you can also support by hitting the join button right below this video. Before we discover the dark truth about God that Jesus reveals in the banned Gospel of Judas, we have to know something about Marcion and the world's first Bible. So who was Marcion? Marcion was a Christian theologian who lived in the 2nd century. He was the son of a bishop and was deeply involved in the early Christian church. But as he studied the scriptures, he began to have doubts about the God he had been taught to worship. Marcion came to believe that the God described in scripture was not the loving, merciful God that Jesus spoke of. Instead, he believed that the creator God was actually an evil deity who sought to keep humanity in bondage. And you can't blame him, because think about it. God is described as drowning the entire world except for Noah and his family, killing the firstborn children of Egypt, and accepting a burnt virgin sacrifice, among a lot of other things. Now, does that sound like a loving God to you? Of course not. That kind of behavior is the exact opposite of what Jesus teaches, like love thy neighbor as thyself. So Marcion concluded that the creator God was actually an evil entity who ruled the world with judgment and violence that kept humanity in a state of submission and slavery. But in contrast, Marcion saw Jesus as a messenger from a completely different God, a higher God who provided an escape from the cruel world created by the evil creator God. And at the end of this video, we will see exactly who that higher God is. Historian Bart D. Ehrman said, according to Marcion, Jesus came from a different God, a previously unknown God, who was not the God of the Old Testament, but a higher spiritual being who intervened on behalf of people to save them from the wrath of the Creator. So who is this higher God exactly? We're going to find out. But think about it. This idea might seem strange to us today, the fact that the Creator God is evil, but that's because the world has been conditioned throughout generations to believe that the Creator God is good. But the idea that the Creator God is evil was actually very compelling in early Christianity. Bart Ehrman said, Marcion had a huge following. In some parts of the Christian world at the end of the 2nd century, there were apparently more Marcionites than other kinds of Christian. In Marcion's view, the world was a battleground between the evil creator God and the higher, loving God. Now, Marcion's followers, known as Marcionites, were pescatarians, and they embraced pacifism, and women held high leadership roles within the community, which was a practice that was very progressive for the time. Now, not only was Marcion's version of Christianity extremely popular, but he actually compiled the world's first canon of the Bible. In an attempt to distance the evil creator God from Jesus and the higher God, Marcion compiled a collection of scriptures which became the first Christian canon. His canon, or Bible, had only 11 books in 2 parts. The Evangelicon, a shorter version of the Gospel of Luke, and the Apostolicon, 10 letters written by Paul the Apostle, that were also a bit shorter than the ones that we know today. Now think about it, the world's first Bible was actually created to support the idea that the creator God was evil and that Jesus was from a higher God. Marcionism spread fast and it had a big following. The Marcionites' commitment to pacifism and equality for women was ahead of its time. But as the Marcionite movement gained momentum, it also attracted the attention of the early Christian church. Church leaders like Tertullian and Irenaeus spoke out against Marcion and his teachings, labeling him a heretic. They argued that the ideas that Marcion preached were dangerous and misguided. Saint Polycarp met Marcion at Rome and is said to have called Marcion the firstborn of Satan. Irenaeus, in his work Against Heresies, writes, "Marcion declares God to be the author of evils and to take delight in war. But Jesus, being derived from that Father who is above the God that made the world, was manifested in the form of a man." Ultimately, the early Christian church declared Marcionism a heresy and his followers were persecuted and forced to go underground, while Marcion's works were burned. But the truth is, there were actually many Christian movements and books that declared the creator of the world as evil and said that Jesus came from a higher God. In fact, Jesus says exactly this in the banned Gospel of Judas. Now, this long-lost gospel was discovered in the 1970s, and in the Gospel of Judas, Jesus reveals to Judas that the Creator God is indeed evil. Jesus teaches that he himself comes from a true higher God who is the source of all true knowledge, love, and goodness. Jesus said, "Come that I may teach you about secrets no person has ever seen, for there exists a great and boundless realm whose extent no generation of angels has seen, in which there is a great invisible spirit, which no eye of an angel has ever seen, no thought of the heart has ever comprehended, and it was never called by any name." This quote from the Gospel of Judas emphasizes the existence of a higher, hidden God who is far removed from the cruel and vengeful Creator God. Now, another striking aspect of the Gospel of Judas is the portrayal of Jesus' disciples as evil and not understanding his teachings. The disciples are frequently depicted as struggling to grasp the profound and hidden truths that Jesus shares with them, and Jesus reveals that he is not from the God that the disciples worship, but from a different God entirely. The Gospel of Judas says, "The disciples said to him, 'Master, why are you laughing at our prayer?' He answered and said to them, 'I'm not laughing at you. You're not doing this because you want to, because through this your God will be praised.' They said, 'Master, you are the Son of our God.' Jesus said to them, 'How do you know me? Truly, I say to you, no generation of the people among you will know me." When his disciples heard this, they started to get angry and furious and started to curse him in their hearts. But when Jesus noticed their ignorance, he said to them, "Why are you letting your anger trouble you? Has your God within you and his stars become angry with your souls?" Now notice that Jesus refers to the God they worship as your God and implies that they don't know about the God that he really comes from. While the other disciples are struggling to understand what Jesus is saying, Judas is portrayed as having a deeper understanding of Jesus, and this special insight sets Judas apart from the other disciples. Judas said to him, "I know who you are and where you've come from. You've come from the immortal realm of Barbelo, and I'm not worthy to utter the name of the one who sent you." Then Jesus, knowing that he was thinking about what's exalted, said to him, "Come away from the others, and I'll tell you the mysteries of the kingdom." Here that we see that Jesus is implying that he's from another realm and another God entirely, a God completely different from the evil creator God. But the question is, could Marcion, the creator of the first Christian canon and banned books like the Gospel of Judas, be right? Is God actually the devil? The truth is actually much deeper than that, because the truth is that the evil creator God doesn't actually exist, but the idea of it has been used as a means to enslave humanity. The idea of a wrathful and vengeful creator God has been a potent and powerful tool for maintaining control over the masses, and by instilling fear into the hearts of humanity, religious institutions have been able to manipulate and direct the actions of their followers, often for their own gain. And this fear-based control has been used to justify wars, persecutions, and countless atrocities throughout history. The Stoic philosopher Seneca the Younger said, "Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by the rulers as useful. Rulers and religious institutions can easily use the idea of an angry and vengeful God to maintain power and control over their followers. If the idea of an evil creator God has been used to enslave humanity, what does this mean for our liberation? Well, by recognizing the manipulation and lies behind these fear-based beliefs and religions, we can begin to break free from the chains of dogma and discover the truth that's already within us. The truth is that we are divine. Who is the higher God? We are that higher God. If you want to know more, check out this video I did on the Gospel of Judas, or this entire playlist that breaks down the Gospel of Judas in detail. Like, subscribe, and comment below.
Hey, look, man. I'm telling you, and Morg he gave it up for real. He let him know, listen, man, you are the most high God. And I'm telling you, hey, boy, hey, I was trying to tell y'all, man, better leave Morg alone. Oh, look at this one. What's it? Hey, God, flood. Oh man, you talking about the damn flood, man? Oh shit.
Hey, play that one.
Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let me get it ready. Yeah. Hold on. I mean,
folk gonna be turned on this one, boy.
see, but I would see, but my thing is this: you ain't gonna. Nah, there wasn't no goddamn well. Well, first of all, I'm gonna let you know this: wasn't no flood.
Right.
Okay. So I don't know what. Okay. So okay. All right. I'm just gonna let y'all know where I'm at. It wasn't no damn flood.
Right.
It was not a flood. All right, hold on, man. Let me get this right. Right.
Let me let you know where I stand.
Yeah, it wasn't no damn flood. We ain't gonna go there with that. But here we go, Morg again. He talking about the flood. All right, here we go.
Today we are talking about the real reason that God flooded the earth as we continue to explore the banned gospel of the Egyptians. But not only are we going to take a look at the flood, but we're going to be taking a look at Sodom and Gomorrah, the Tower of Babel, and even elements of the book of Enoch to see how all of this is representative of a war on consciousness that is going on to this day. So we're continuing to look at the banned gospel of the Egyptians. If you haven't seen the other parts, that's okay. You don't need to understand this. However, if you do enjoy what I talk about, I highly recommend that you do check out the other videos in this playlist. Also, as a reminder, please like and subscribe so that we can spread this information. And if you ever feel like you've learned something or gotten something from my work, consider supporting on Patreon. You'll get access to secret videos, secret live streams. Helps out a lot. That is the best way to support my work and what I do here on my channel. So, we are taking a look and seeing that the way that the flood is described in the Egyptian book, the Egyptian gospel, is completely different than in mainstream Christianity, and we're going to see that it's symbolic for something completely different as we explore this truth here. So let's just jump right into it, because there's a lot to talk about. There's so much to talk about, and I want to make sure that we have enough time to get through all these different elements. And this is stuff that you really need to know with regard to even what's going on today and this state of, because if you look around today, you can see a battle between the unconscious masses versus a humanity that is becoming more and more conscious. And this is exactly what we're going to discover in the meaning of the flood and the Tower of Babel and so much more. So let's pull this up right away. So this is reading again from the banned gospel of the Egyptians, and this is a Gnostic text, and you can read this for free on gnosis.org. Now, it says, "Then the great Seth came and brought his seed, and it was sown in the..." Oh, by the way, if my voice sounds a little hoarse, it's because I'm a little sick. So bear with me there. If it's a little scratchy, I'm sorry, but what can you do? So anyway, "Then the great Seth came forth and brought his seed, and it was sown in the eons which had been brought forth, their number being the amount of Sodom. Some say that Sodom is the place of pasture of the great Seth, which is Gomorrah, But others say that the great Seth took his plant out of Gomorrah and planted it in the second place, to which he gave the name Sodom. Okay, so what is being discussed here? And you, again, bear with me as I have to take some drinks because my throat is a little sore.
This government document gives the Federal Reserve a new power. It gives them the right to not only...
So if you're just joining us, you might be wondering, what the heck are we talking about? Let me give you a quick recap. Adam and Eve gave birth to children. You're probably familiar with Cain and Abel. Well, Seth is the third son of Adam and Eve. Now, Seth represents sort of the true union of Adam and Eve, because in Gnosticism, Cain and Abel are the illegitimate sons. Cain and Abel came from the sexual assault of Eve by the evil creator God, by God. And so Seth represents the true unification of Adam and Eve. Now remember, Adam and Eve are symbolic for two parts of humanity that were split apart. That is, Adam represents the mind, and Eve represents epinoia, or conceptual thought. So the evil creator God, the God of what would be the Bible, who is called in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, not Book of the Dead, in the banned Gospel of the Egyptians, is called Sakla. What he did to enslave humanity is split humanity into two parts, representative by Adam and Eve, but this is the mind and conceptual thought. So Seth, being the true child or union of Adam and Eve, represents the union of mind and conceptual thought, meaning the ability to have self-knowledge, self-awareness, true understanding of what one is. So Seth represents the ability to have self-knowledge. Now, the creator God, Sakla, does not want this. He wants humanity to remain in ignorance to what they are. He wants them to think that he is God and to think that they are lesser, broken, flawed humans that must worship him. When in truth, we are all divine. We are all divine beings, and self-knowledge allows us to realize that that is not the true God. We are the true God, and we can transcend. So Seth represents the ability to have purposeful thinking, have self-knowledge. So when it says Seth brought his seed, that means Seth and all of Seth's descendants. So Seth and Seth's descendants represent, metaphorically, the population, those humans that have the ability to reach enlightenment, those humans who have the ability to reach a higher consciousness. That is what Seth and his seed represent. Remember, all these stories are symbols, codes, and metaphors. So that's what Seth and his seed represents. And remember that Jesus Christ is a descendant of Seth. So Jesus Christ represents another human who had the ability to reach enlightenment and was trying to teach humanity how they can reach a higher consciousness as well. Now, according to the Gospel of the Egyptians, Jesus Christ is an avatar or an incarnation of Seth. Again, this is just another metaphor for talking about how Christ, Seth, all these people had the ability to reach a higher consciousness and wanted humanity to wake up and reach a higher consciousness. So now you see that Seth is now related to being in Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, Sodom and Gomorrah is, in the Bible, said that Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed because they were sinning against God. Now this is going to be really important, okay? Because as we talk about Sodom and Gomorrah and the flood and the Tower of Babel, all of these places were destroyed or their plans were disrupted by God because, according to the Bible, they had become sinful. But as we're going to see, there's something else going on here. So it's important to see that in this Gospel of the Egyptians, those who had self-knowledge and higher consciousness are associated with Sodom and Gomorrah, a place that God, Sakla, the evil creator being, destroyed. Now, just as a note here, I want to say, this isn't really relevant, but kind of interesting. Sodom and Gomorrah is where we get the word sodomy from. And
I'm still on.
It's possible, and this is just me kind of speculating, is that the Sethian Gnostics were against sex and procreation. They were against procreation because they believed that.
Would you be interested in collecting 5-figure paychecks for a few hours of work, helping me in your spare time?
Bringing humans into the world was wrong. Giving birth. They were anti-natalists. They believed that giving birth was wrong because they thought that they were just creating more prisons, more bodies.
Just pause it for a second, Jamie.
So I kind of speculate. I wonder if they were.
Just for a second. My phone cut off, but my phone is still ringing on the computer. So. Okay, we can go back to it now.
Good.
Yep. Thank you. Weird. Look.
Intercourse without giving birth. I don't know if that's true, but it's just interesting to speculate if that is possibly the case. But anyway, that really doesn't have any relevance to what we're talking about, but kind of an interesting aside. Anyway, as I was saying, so you'll notice that Seth is associated with, and his seed are associated with this place that God destroyed because God said that they were being sinful. Now, but let's continue here, and we're going to see there's a lot more to this. And then it says, and the flood came as an example for the consummation of the eon, but it will be sent into.
Hey, Prince just hit me up. He's supposed to be coming in, right? He's trying to come in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they knocked off his I mean his I guess they was working on the Wi-Fi. So now he's able to come in now.
Okay, cool. There he
All
is.
right.
Hey,
Yep.
let's just ice this, man. Hey, so I just want to say one thing about Morg, man. I highly recommend you take one video at a time, one dose at a time, and digest that. You know, so
Yeah, because he you know, but then and at the same time, you know, get your Bible, you know, get your Bible, you know, so you can see, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so you ain't just taking his word for it. Get your Bible, and then like he talks about a lot of missing books. So you got to get those books because he talks about a lot of those books, man. And those books are you know, they're kind of important books, man. I would think.
yeah.
I mean, you know, to try to come, you know, I mean, I don't know that there's so many Bibles, and then there's so many Bibles that got 88 books, 70 some books, 66 books. That, you know, they just you know, they just particular about what they want to preach about. But I'm just saying, like those books that are missing are vital and very important. You guys got to get those books, man. You know, that he's talking about. You know, the secret gospel of Judas. You got to get those books. Those books are, you know, and they're not really big books either. So you get those books and read those books, man, and tell you, and a lot of those books that, you know, that'd be Jesus. They said that'd be Jesus talking. So y'all get to, so, you know, so just know that you messing with an incomplete document, man, that incomplete book, man. There's no way you can draw a conclusion, not a educated or definitive one. Anyway, go ahead, King. Hey, peace, Prince. Hey, I'm glad you made it back, King. Man, we thought, well, I kind of figured it had something to do with your phone, man. I didn't know what it was, but I was just.
You know what I thought?
I'm on this song. What happened?
You know what I thought?
Yeah, I already know what you thought.
No, I had your back, baby boy. I had your back, baby boy.
But yeah, I got this Wi-Fi out here, man. I ain't really got my phone on, so I got to deal with the Wi-Fi to connect all the time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no service. AT&T did me bad, so that's why I just have Wi-Fi service, man. I'm trying to find me another company where I can get, you know what I'm saying, 4G or whatever. Not a contract though, but I just say, man, they able to connect me one. But yeah, man, that's the only reason this Wi-Fi getting worked on. And if I get knocked off again, man, I do apologize again. And it's my presentation day, so that kind of had me like, you know what I'm saying, whoa, it had to happen today. So
Yeah, you want to wait and present next week, or you want to present today still?
no, it's already 4 o'clock, man. You know, my presentation good. I mean, if you allow me to do it next weekend, that'll be, I mean, next Sunday, that'll be great, bro. That'll be great, man, because I really pissed off about it, man. Like, I would be on camera, but I was upset to the point where I'm, you know, in the bathroom chilling. You feel me? Trying to get my mind.
I don't want to know no more. I don't want to know no more.
Trying to get my mind right, bro. I'm ready. No, I'm frustrated, bro, because I go downstairs, man. And listen to me, man. God, oh, I look at the people and they done moved the bikes out the way and got the cables going in, and I'm like, yo, y'all, today my day, and y'all ain't getting no notice or nothing. It's the weekend, so HR closed, and I didn't know how long they was gonna be down, bro. And I'm telling you, like, it really frustrated me.
So this is what I suggest. I suggest you turn your camera on and do your presentation.
Yeah, you would.
I'm joking with you. I'm joking with you, King. I'm messing with you, man. It's all good.
Y'all let me do it next Sunday, man. I would be pleased if you would do that for me, man.
Yeah, man. Let's get it. Let's do it.
Yeah, you got that, man. Don't worry about that. We got you.
Hey, and be sure to watch this one though, man, because this one got some stuff in it, man.
How long was this one?
We've been on since about 1:45.
Okay, whoa.
That's pretty deep. Well, 1:45 my time. Gotcha. Yeah. So it's all good, man. You can do it next week, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you, King. Thank you, King.
Yeah. We had your back though, man.
How you doing, Queen Carrie? I see you on there. Hello to the Queen.
She can't.
There she go.
She's so silent killer. Oh, silent killer. It's chilling.
Hey, she's really disappointed, man. She wasn't even gonna pay attention to me and Jamie, man. But she said,
that's good, man. Because you know y'all don't be talking about nothing.
And I said, man, what is this? What is
this? Let me see.
No, I'm joking, man. You know she all about you, though, man. It's all good.
Boy, terrible, y'all. You're terrible.
Right. Hey, so we're gonna close out in a few minutes, anyways, though, man.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't get to start off like right, man. I do apologize to
Hey, you don't have to apologize. It ain't your fault, man.
I got you.
It ain't your fault, man. Yeah, we even mentioned it while we was on live. So, we thought it was the phone or the Wi-Fi or something, man.
Yeah, I think he had technical difficulties, so we were going to get back with it. Yeah, we get back. We're gonna get to that next week for sure.
Yeah, it's still gonna be fine. So everybody, please, check that one out on the definitely. It's gonna be dramatic. So a lot of questions.
It's gonna be dramatic. Oh
yeah, bro, man. I'm telling you, man. When I show you these little clips, man, look, man. We living in some weird times, bro. That's all I'm telling you. Like we got some very strange times on our hands, and I got a daughter, and and a son, and he's I just say like this, because I'm a realist, and I feel like life is a testimony. So I keep it 100 all the time, and when I pass, I hope that's what they put on my tombstone. Like this brother right here kept it 100. So I got a son who was 6, man, and he just turned 6, and I was talking to him on the phone. This is just a peek into what I'm gonna be bringing up and we're gonna be discussing. And he sits there and he looking at me and I'm looking at him. And he says, "Dad, I'm gay." And I say to him, "Yeah, I'm happy too, son." He said, "No, Daddy, I'm gay." I hung the phone up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to take that. I didn't know how to accept that at that moment. I didn't know how to take it in. So anyway, the phone rang and I pick it up and the mom is all upset. "Why you hang up? Look, what's the conversation about? First of all, what are we talking about in the home? What is he talking about at school? That's what I was coming at her with, you know. So it's about stuff like that. The violence that these kids ain't listening, man. I mean, to tell you, it's just so much. Like, man, listen, I need to change the names and protect the faces. You feel me? Before I start talking, bro.
Now you got me all emotional about you and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the real, man, that's then I look forward to this one. And
Yeah,
bless,
it's really
bless you in that, man. You know, and
whoa, bless me in that one, man. Shit, bro. Listen, I got a stepdaughter who talking about, you know, being a furry or identifying with cats. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, this is strange things going on, man. We got Florida banning education to teach these kids, but they'll put books in there talking about Jack going up the hill with John, and I don't know what they was doing, but it wasn't no righteousness stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff that's going on right now in the schools, the propaganda, just the goddamn, is these schools, are these facilities that are teaching social, I don't know what to call it, bro. I'm really trying to figure out where we as parents went left and forgot about these kids and the schools and this education, bro. And why the hell these little kids coming in there busting them up to school? I've got flicks to show y'all where a boy is getting into a fight with a Mexican, and look, they both kids, look, white boy, little Mexican kid. And you know, they in high school. This white boy pulls a knife out and starts jugging this Mexican boy. Cutting this man. Listen, another tape where these boys is chasing the gym teacher, catches him and breaks his arm.
oh snap! Wow, man. So you bringing some noise, man. Don't tell us no more.
That's it, man. That I'm just saying, it's just gonna be intense. That's what I'm saying when I say intense, bro. You're gonna see things in these videos, bro, that you're gonna be like, what the hell?
Wow.
I'm telling you, bro, you really gonna question what's going on with our society, man. Like, I have not, when I went and we talked about it last week, I go and I research it deeper. And the TikTok videos alone, oh my, and they glamorizing this shit.
Right.
They glorifying it.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Man, you got me sitting here with my mouth hanging wide. You know, I'm literally holding my mouth closed, right? And so, because I don't know I don't know, man. You know, people can't predict the future and they can't predict what they've done. You know, they do it all the time, but you know, it ain't got no substance to it. But I couldn't. I don't know what I would do, man, if I was in that situation you're in with that baby boy and your girl, man. You know, so. You know, I'm glad you're talking about it, man. Because you know, one thing I do believe, man, is you find you a good. If you got to have a circle, at least somebody that you can read and a solid motherfucker, man. You know, so you got some solid cats right here, man. You know, that you can run that shit by. So, you know, thank you for sharing that, man.
Hey man, this is real shit going on. I'm affected by it. And I do apologize for my French, you know. But hey, I'm keeping it 100. They talk about certain things, man, and certain things happening and this and that, bro. But let me tell you, look at here, man. So, look at here, man. These kids have nobody to, I don't know, what's upside their head. I'm gonna say what Bernie Mac said. I'm gonna say what they don't, what their parents want to say, but can't. I'm gonna say it tonight. I ain't lying. They ain't, look. We got our asses whooped. We grew up with grandmamas will pop you in the back of your head, your auntie will pop you, your uncle will take his thumb and his finger and put it over that thumb and let go and bink you right upside your head.
Right. Hey, I just put up a post talking about that. I put up a post on my page, you know, representing that exactly.
You feel me, bro? So man, I'm looking at that like, okay. That's what's missing, because you can't do that no more with these kids. These kids know if you touch them, they'll call the police and get your ass locked up.
Wow. Yeah.
These kids, they got rights now, bro. They got rights. You can't touch them, bro. You can call that boys and come pick him up and take his little crazy butt somewhere and lock him up. Look, and people think I'm wrong for saying that, but man, I promise you, I mean this to the heart. If you bad, it's a place. Look, I do anything for a kid. I do anything for a kid that's a good kid. But a bad kid, look at here, bro. Boy, shoot, I wouldn't spend a dime on it. I ain't spending a dime on it. And with my son, I don't feel it's his fault. I feel it's his mama. You understand me?
Hey, me and my brother tease about, man, and pretty serious, I imagine. I will beat a kid up, man. The little kids that we know, they getting beat up.
They getting them hands put on them. You hear me, bro? They getting them hands put on them, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling
But
you.
we're just talking about a mere spanking. You know, we're just talking about a mere scolding and stuff like that. And
yeah, what was that?
You know, that's what I'm talking about. That you mentioning that they get today. You know, timeout and shit like that.
Oh yeah. Even timeout.
Timeout, go play some sports. Right?
But I ain't have to whoop my daughter. You see, I ain't have to do that with my daughter.
No, you can't be whooping no daughter, man. I imagine. You know,
But imagine this. Imagine this,
raise my daughter.
Imagine this, big dog. When she had timeout, you know what she would do in that corner? She'd be over there in that corner. Look.
Yeah.
Dozing off.
Right.
Dozing off.
Dozing off.
What? Hey, wake up. You know you knew better than that.
Right.
Head leaning into the, hey, then I just get in and go lay her down. But she knew better, you know what I'm talking about? But that was that punishment. She might not got whooped, but she fell asleep in that corner trying to stand up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm excited now, man. I wasn't excited about it. But next week I'm excited about it.
Yeah. And I had it all set up too, man. Like I say, I was ready to rock and roll, man. It kind of peed me off, man, that the Wi-Fi getting worked.
Yeah. And that's what we talked about, man. Jamie said it might be your phone. I said, you know, that Wi-Fi down in the Keys don't work that good and shit. So.
Yeah, we got clouds coming in right now. You know, it's storming up right now. It's trying to anyway.
Yeah, but you got that ocean right there, man. That's a beautiful thing. It's all right to have a storm, man. We got sunny skies and 90-something degrees.
Already.
Ain't a cloud in the sky. So I'm just saying the best of both worlds. I mean, you know, you got it over there, man. You got the beautiful ocean, you know, the pool, the beautiful grounds and stuff, man. And man, I tell you what, man, to prepare something like what you talking about preparing and the experience you have with that preparation, dude. That's when hold on. Let me just say, that's when I get locked in. See, you got me locked now. Before I was like, oh man, I know it's gonna be good. You already know. I know it's gonna be interesting, right? And something to talk about. But you know, I was just like, okay, Prince gonna do his shit. But now, wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be a hit.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in your and because you got great interest in that in your interest, but when you get that Ma'at theory, you know, the 42 laws of Ma'at and that Black culture, that traditional culture, dealing with what you're so passionate about today, man. See, I'm looking forward to that, man. I love to see the growth. Right.
Yeah,
I get to see it.
I dig it. You know, I'm growing. I'm growing all into what's going on around me. That's what I'm growing into, all this craziness, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, Mark in 32, 42, they need to remix them laws too. We dealing with a whole but look here, man. These grown folks is out here talking about cats and using certain words. And man, when I present this to you, man, look, it's gonna be a whirlwind of Lord have mercy.
Right. Yeah, I already know. I told you I'm locked in. Now.
How do you take out God and then replace him with you can do whatever you want to be and do whatever you want to do and then identify and cut your thing off and say you want to be a girl and then, you know, look, I'll tell you one story. I'm telling you, it's gonna be an hour long, so y'all gonna rock with me on this one because y'all gonna stop it.
No doubt.
Yeah, you're gonna stop it, pause it, but listen to this. It's one girl who was, I think she was 13, 14, decided she wanted to be a boy, got a breast disease. Turned 17, decided she wanted to be a girl again.
What?
and now got mental issues, got things going on in the head, bro. Cause she took it as a fad, bro. These kids are kids and don't understand. Like with tattoos, remember we had our tats, bro. Back then, you was like a bad boy. You was like a troublemaker. You got tattoos, you was a troublemaker. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what they meant. Now everybody got tattoos. It ain't nothing no more. You know, you still get looked at like, you know, like I do out here, you know, around these people. They look at me like, "You been to the penitentiary?" No, I have not been to the penitentiary. I missed that bus, but that's my whole point of her mental state where she thought, because her parents didn't prepare her to say, hey, let's talk about what you're doing in school. Let's talk about what's going on. Like, why do you want to be this? Or who told you this? And where you get it from? You understand what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, man, that's real talk right there, man.
Because if they're not questioning them, then it's like it's a secret in our society with our children and we don't know about this world that's going on.
Yeah.
I've seen cartoons, bro. It's Phineas and Phoebes.
Yeah.
The one with the girl and the frogs.
Right.
It's on Netflix or something like that. You could look it up. Amphibians. What was it? Something amphibians. And
yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I never watched it, but I know which one you're talking about.
Check this out. Come to find out, that was a lesbian. That whole movie was on some girl on girl love.
Wow.
Yes, a 15-year-old pointed it out to me. She said, "You didn't see in this girl's car how she had the heart rainbow in the window? This is a cartoon, bro. Kids, like they grew up. You know what I'm saying? In the cartoon, they had an episode where they were grown and, you know, people came back and whatever. And the girl and this other girl was in love with each other. Like they were holding hands. You could, bro, it was just the wildest cartoon after she pointed it out to me and all the things that, and a lot of cartoons are like that.
Yeah. And they're trying to pass a law for the kids to be able to make their own decision if they want to get, you know, switched or not, man. And that's just crazy.
There's something wrong with that, man. But see, that's that. See, here we go though. Here we go. See, so now what they trying to do is
you getting off.
Now we ain't gonna, you know, when we come to protecting yourself and protecting your community. How the hell you gonna do that? And all the younger generation gay. They feminine. They ain't finna they not finna stop nothing. Whatever they trying to do, ain't nothing gonna better stop them because everybody feminized now. You know what I'm saying? So now you ain't got no real men on the front lines no more. We're gonna try to feminize as many as we can. You know what I'm saying? On top of the indoctrination, on top of all the other little tricks and trades, that, you know, little slimy things that they do. You know what I'm saying? But see, when they push this, that's just like right now. They United States is trying to pressure Uganda into, because they got an anti-gay thing going on over there. You know what I'm saying? And so United States way over there trying to push this agenda. You see what I'm saying? Like what's really going on, man? Like what is y'all really doing, man? And like so now they got Uganda, they tripping on Uganda, but they ain't said nothing about it. Yeah, but they ain't said not one thing about none of these Arab countries that will cut your head off if they caught you being gay. Right? But you got a whole lot to say about Uganda, but you ain't got nothing to say about none of the Arab countries that like I said that capital punishment. That's you know you gonna die. They catch you over there like that.
And look, and then I want to say this, I don't mean to cut you off, but look, LBTQ, look, I don't really know all that. I'm just gonna say that because y'all.
I just don't. I don't know. We should really get into that, but
it ain't no getting into that. What I'm saying is, it's not no gay bashing. You understand me? I got gay people in my family. Listen, man, I'm not even on that. What I'm saying is, it's in the schools, bro. It's places where it should not be at. Is what I'm saying, man. That's grown folk talk, man. First of all, why my kid wondered about if he want to cut his thing off? What is all that talk about? Where is this coming from? Because it ain't happening in the house. So where is it coming from?
Right.
I don't know, man. See, there we go. Let's see, but see, that's why it's important for us to get a hold of our kids and communicate, talk, man, and teach. You got to teach. You got to show them and
That
teach.
coming a lot though. That coming a lot. You got to have the the equal thing going on with the other parent.
True. I'm just saying, King, like that's just real. That's just real shit. You just gotta. I mean, it comes. It you just it comes to where we gotta step in, man, and listen, man. Like, look, this is what he should be knowing. This is what she should know. This is what he should know. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then you go ahead and start that cultivating, man. You know, me and my kid, we, my little guys, man, like, you know, they 8 and 10, and we still hug and still, give, we call it giving love. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we do. You know what I mean? And we still talk, and and we kick it, and and we talk about, and I teach. I teach them. I show them. I don't just talk. I show it to them, because they, ain't nothing like a visual. You feel me? So and they love electronics. So we go right to the electronics, and I show them the visual. You feel me? And as I'm talking, this is what this is. This is what this looks like. You know what I'm saying? That this is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Woo, 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 woo. And you just keep it going, King. Like, even if it's a slide presentation, whatever it is, man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get them out there, man. And, like my kids, man, they, you ask them who is Gab, who is Nuke. They gonna rattle it off to who they are, who is Shu, who is Tev Nuke. You know what I mean? They're gonna let you know who they are. You see what I'm saying? And they can tell you all about Robux and Roblox and all the characters and everything. So it's a balance. We got a balance going. You feel me? They can tell you about all the characters, all the videos that's going on too. You see what I'm saying? But they also could tell you about Jesus Christ. They can tell you about God. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. All you gotta do is ask them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. I'm telling you. They'll tell you, and then you ask them who is God. They'll tell you. Well, they'll tell you who that is. Yeah, they'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? But then they can tell you also, like I said, they can tell you every motherfucking character in Roblox too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, King. And then, my son always, he's, my 10-year-old, he always, Dad, you want to watch me play? Yeah, and I sit down and I watch him play. And as I'm watching, we talking. I'll talk to him either about the game sometime or something that I can relate to the game. You know what I'm saying? But but we kick it. And I sit down there, okay. I might be on my way out the door. He's like, Dad, you want to watch me? Yeah, I'll come on back, sit on down. Okay, but yeah, let me see what you're doing, man. What you got going? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then explain to me what's going on, what we're doing, and woo woo woo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever, man. Shit, you see a sign in there, a symbol or something. You be like, oh, you see that symbol right there? What that look like? You know what I'm saying? You get to teaching, man. I always find a way to teach, King.
Yeah.
It's just, but that's, that's what that's I think that's a lot. That's what we doing here, man. We trying to get kids to listen, man, to learn about who they are, where they come from, uh, the greatness that you came from, you didn't come from just, you didn't, your history didn't start just with slavery. Your history goes back, millions of years, at least, hundreds of thousands of years.
Eric just jumped on, didn't he?
Who?
Eric?
Yeah, I just jumped on, man. How y'all doing? How
Oh,
everybody doing?
wait, why I ain't see him? Let me see. I ain't see him, man. That's
Yeah, I had to
crazy.
start the video. I just jumped on. I ain't want to interrupt.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you
Okay.
good, man?
Hey, yeah, peace to you, King. Peace to you.
Hey, y'all, I'm
No,
about to jump off. My sister just called, man. I gotta take this call, man. I love y'all, man, and I definitely see y'all next Sunday, man. I'm sorry for all the Wi-Fi, whatever, but you know, hey, but I
Hey,
love
you
y'all.
want to say you ain't got to be sorry for that, man.
All right.
Hey, I just want to tell you, man. Just get strengthened up.
Yes, sir.
Interiorly for that
Yes, sir.
presentation. Because I can tell by your demeanor today, man. It's gonna get real personal.
hey, and I'm gonna tell you this. Eric James is probably the man when it comes to this kind of thing too, King.
Yeah.
Let me light it up.
Yeah, you hear that, Eric?
You hear me?
Prince?
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, King. I mean, because this is kind of like his profession, kind of almost.
Yeah.
Not quite, but almost. It's close enough where I'm sure he can right. He got some that he got some help for you, man. Feel me?
I mean,
yeah. So I mean, but
saying I need help.
no. I ain't talking about help like that, King. I'm talking about some ideas and some
information, man.
Some information. Yeah. Period. Information.
I got you.
Yeah, that's all it's about. It's about the information, King. It's all about the information.
I feel you.
And that man, like I said, man, Sankofa, man, like we are, we well rounded, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the brother, hey, Eric, peace to you, King. Hey, tell him who you are and what you do, King.
You got to get off though. Prince got to get off.
Yeah, I love y'all, brothers, man. I catch up with y'all. We'll talk about this on next Sunday. That'll be perfect for him to come in and say what he gonna say. And, I hope he be there and be a part of it. But like I say, Sankofa, 180 for life.
Peace,
Hey,
King.
man. Hey, Prince, man. And keeping it 100, man. You might want to get in touch with him, man, and just. I don't know, just get some information, man. You know what I mean?
I love you all. I'll holler at y'all boys next Sunday, all right?
All right, man. Peace. Hey, so turn the live off, Jamie. Let's close out and then we kick it with Eric for a minute.
Yeah. Hey, so hey man, so like I said, family, this right here, what I was showing earlier, just a minute ago. This is Black Sands, where this is where you can literally get some of these children's books, man. And these books right here, that's being sold or advertised right here. Hey, I'm telling you, man, you will not be disappointed at all, man. These are some great books, great storylines. Check it out, man. I just want y'all to check this out, family. You're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it, man. I promise you're gonna love it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, hold up. We need to talk about Black Sands out here. This series ain't no joke. If you came up in here thinking that this story was just about a bunch of Kemetic kids handing out their dry biscuits, then you are greatly mistaken. Don't get me wrong, though. These kids be throwing hands. A couple of those panels had a brother a little nervous, I ain't gonna lie. But this series has layers to it. Like, check it. On one page, I'm learning the differences between matriarchies and patriarchies in ancient times. You'll soon realize that the primary language in this series is fact. And then boom, we got this brother Sarg doing a freaking Shoryuken on a freaking stone dragon out here. And then I'm getting lessons on the importance of respecting social customs of your host. So now I have to reevaluate my life because I'm being checked out here. But then after that, you see this brother Seth handling business with some slave traders. And the fact that I had to blur this joint, you know Seth gave him those hands. Because if there's one thing you need to know, is that these cats' hands are global. That's right, it don't matter who you be. Samaritan, Spartan, Athenian, Egyptian, Minoan. If you are residing on planet Earth, you are in reach of their hands. Man, I'm getting hyped. If you want to read this series, go to blacksands.com and pick yourself up one of those bundles before they sell out again. And to end it, I just want to remind everyone he punched a freaking stone dragon, people. All right, I'm out. I'm out.
I like that. I like that.
That's about the children's book read, family. Hey, listen, man. Anytime that the family wanna look up some books for your children, nieces, nephews, grandkids. Hey, listen, man. Black Sands is the place. You also got Mr. Imhotep. Hey, he got some really good, great series, man, that you would love, man. Uh
Okay.
I'm just saying, fam, just I'm telling you, when we talking about this children thing, man, like we serious about it, man. Like you can go and get these books, or just participate with Sankofa 180 degrees, and we'll get them books to you. All you gotta do is get on in the put yourself in the drawing, and we'll get those books to you free. You ain't even gotta pay for them. We got them. Okay, I'm just telling you, we got them. So all I'm saying is this, man. Like all y'all got to do is just participate, man. You ain't even got to pay for them, man. We already did that. All y'all got to do is participate, man, and we'll mail them right to you, man. Free
And
of
you ain't
charge.
got
They
to
gonna
pay
cost you
for,
nothing.
and you ain't got to pay for the shipping and handling.
Yeah, you ain't got to pay for nothing, man. All you got to do is participate. Put the baby's names in the drawing, and we're gonna do the drawing, and bang bang, man. Hey, you can win that, right? But family. Thanks for joining. Sorry that Prince couldn't finish do his presentation. He is gonna get his presentation going next week, Sunday. Uh, so please join us, family. Hey, it's gonna be a banger, man. I bet it's gonna be a banger. And then after that, I think Eric was gonna do his part two, right? I don't know. We'll talk about it, man. We're gonna see, man. But family, like and subscribe. Please share, ring the notification bell, and comment. Give us some comments, man. If you don't like it, if you like it, let us know. If you disagree, hey man, you are more than welcome to come in and tell us where and when we are wrong at. And I'm humble, man. I will be I'll stand corrected. If we be hey, but hey, good luck. Hey, anyway, hey look, hey look, hey look. But anyway,
Hey, Jamie, your camera ain't on.
oh shit, I'm tripping. Hey, but yeah, fam. Just that's the first Sunday every month, man. Children book read, and that's all I'm talking about, man. Hey, thanks for joining, King. Peace, family. Go ahead, King. Go close us out, man.
Hey, so he's talking about on the live to comment, and I think if you don't comment, man, what you really doing? You know what I mean? Because this one is loaded with a bunch of stuff to say something about for sure. Right, so go on and put something up on it, and I'll be quick to respond to it. And thanks for watching this one. This is an unexpected one, but we always locked and loaded, right? And Prince already put out there what he was going to be talking about. And as I said earlier, I wasn't really that interested in whatever he was going to do. I'm just willing to learn, right? Because I know he got something to teach. I'm just really not interested. But he always brings something interesting. But this one, he started talking about it. Man, got my mouth, I'm doing like this, holding my mouth closed, right? So I'm really excited about next week in Prince. And I only share that, man, because I keep it a buck, man. This is a young man really trying to, he's really passionate, and in tune to what's going on around him and stuff like that. And so I just really am impressed by his growth. And so, come on back next week. Come on back next week. You might as well join us live. All you got to do is hit the Zoom link that I post in Sankofa 180 degrees. And we're fortunate to have Eric be a part of this group too. And he's got multiple decades of research and interest in the stuff that he's interested in. So we can learn a lot from him. And Carrier's really appreciative always. And we waiting for you to come back, Queen Yamaya. We know you are healing. You know, we're patient. You know, we just want you to heal well. And for the rest of the panel that's usually here, Jennifer and all that good stuff, you know, love and appreciate you. So another good one, Jamie. Another good one. Let's close. Your mic is off.
Hey, let's let Eric close us out, man, real quick, man, and then we go to the back room, man. Go ahead, Eric.
Okay, I was unfortunate, man, to get in here, missed the presentation, but I'm definitely gonna go back and watch it. But as always, I know you guys bringing some truth. That's what's important. Keep bringing the truth and keep doing what we do, man.
Yeah, no doubt. You plan on presenting anytime, or you just want to, you know, chill? I know you're busy, man.
It'll be about, probably after the Juneteenth. I got something going on that weekend. So I have to look at my
Want to just plug in next month? Is that easier for you?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be at a radio station one of these days too. So one of these Fridays. So yeah, I had to plug in, look at that schedule again and get back with you.
Yeah. We'll just push out from next month if you need
Next
more.
month time. Okay. July.
Hey, Eric, again, man. Tell the people what you do, man. You know what you know what you do, man. You know who you are, what you do.
All right. Well, for the most part, studying. I read a lot. I consider myself a student of Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, Dr. John Henry Clark, as well as a list of others from Ivan Van Sertima to Sheikh Anta Diop. But I study a lot of these guys and women as well. Francis Cress Welsing. But those people have just been pioneers in educating the masses about culture, African culture, history, and African history as well. So I just continue to study and share what I've learned, and hopefully be a light to someone else, because the information, it works for me. It helps me.
And what about professionally, King?
Professionally, I work with at-risk youth. I've been doing that for almost 30 years. I work with at-risk youth from the ages of probably, youngest I've ever worked with is probably 6 and 7 year olds up until the age of 18. So it's a large age span. So work directly with them with behavior modification and, teaching life skills.
Yeah. So how long have you been studying the Nile Valley though?
I'd say since 1990, about 25 years. Anthony Browder was the first, about 25 years, I believe. Anthony Browder, the Browder Files, was probably the first little book I got. And I think I started there, and he sent me right to Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark.
Yeah.
And it was on from there. But I believe from 2023, 1993 is 20 years. Yeah, about a little over 20 years, I ran into Anthony Browder. Okay. But I think, yeah.
Hey, so just let you know, family, that we well versed over here, man. We just need just like I said, come on in. Let us know what's going on. The brother is, he works with at-risk, kids, children. You know what I'm saying? And he's been doing it for a long time. So he's a professional. The brother's a professional, family. And we we got Unc up there. Unc is he does some of the same kind of work. Unc, let him know what you do, man. Come on, man. Y'all. Yeah.
That's just natural stuff, man. I try to work in the community a lot, man, and work with troubled people, man, and in vast different areas, man. And I get calls all the time to come assist others. And so, I do that, man. I do a lot of studying within that. And then I develop my own cleaning products. So, I maintain that business and then and I also have a household, you know, and I'm really glad that I found my aunt, man, because it really resonates with my soul, man. You know, putting the queen first, right? And so it seems like my soul is just always crying out for something to match up with it, you know. And I followed Christianity for a long time, all my life, right? And you know, I'm well versed in that stuff too. And you know, that's not, I wouldn't consider that a humble statement. I don't consider myself, I don't think people are humble, right? We have humble occurrences, right? And we get to walk within those, and that's more where I'm more comfortable with being humble. Because one thing is knowledge that we have, it ain't gonna come across humble, right? So there again, it's just an idea of somebody else's opinion. But me, myself, man, you know, pretty solid, man, and glad to be on these grounds, man. I'm glad to have come into contact with facts instead of belief, right? Proof instead of faith, right? And then doing all the research. So, you know, it's really good to run into Jamie, you know, to reconnect with Jamie and get real deep into this stuff. And then to be fortunate to have, you know, affiliation with Eric, man. There's just something, man. But my household and, you know, hopefully my kids, you know, our you know, relationships and all that, man, it just continues to grow and all that shit, man. So, and they continue to be safe. And, you know, I'm tired of seeing all this crazy, you know, especially Black people being killed, right? And it just goes by the wayside, right? But the Black divinity and being indoctrinated by that hypocritical oath and shit like that we're supposed to follow. Even put your hand on the Bible and say, I like that Bible is the truth, man. Fuck that. So, anyways, don't get me to explaining about who the fuck I am, because I can get down with that. That was just a same little version, and I remind my wife. You know, I say to my wife, you know, I'm so thankful that you know, I'm not being conceited. This shit is just factual, right? And I'm tired of being denying accomplishments or settlements and shit like that within me, and being this little bullshit Christian motherfucker, man. So, anyways, there we go. Get me started, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. I tell you what, you know, I love having Eric pop in, man. I know the brother is busy, but he always seems to be able to pop in, man, anyway. And that's just, man, much respect to you, man, for that, Eric, man. I really, man, we really appreciate that, man. And it just really shows, man, that, you know, your interest in this group, man. And we just really appreciate you, King. And you know, and that's just bottom line, man. And so, yeah, if you want to say anything, King, we go ahead, man.
Hey, let's go ahead and close out, man, because we got other business.
Okay, yeah. All right, so peace, family. Please join, like, subscribe, and
comment,
right? If you know, comment, man. You know, that's all. We ain't asked for no money. We ain't asked for no donations. We ain't asked for no PayPal and YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. PayPal and Cash App and none of that other stuff, right? Hey, man, all we just asking for you to comment, let us know what you think, and if you disagree, come on in and let us know, you know, what you disagree about, and you'll always get a opportunity to present your claim. All right. So, family, peace,
come on in.